Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to dive into an important but confusing C++ concept called RAII, which stands for Resource Acquisition as Initialization. Don't worry, it sounds way more complicated than it is. In fact, I think the name is what trips most people up. So we're going to look at a practical example of RAII using file IO to help you get the hang of it. Let's get started. So for starters, what really is RAII? You might have heard this word before, but you might not really be sure what it means beyond that, what the acronym stands for. So in C++, the important thing is when you allocate a resource like memory, file handles, or network sockets, you usually need to free that resource later to clean up after yourself. Now, RAII helps manage this automatically, reducing the chance of leaks or errors. Basically, you acquire resources in a constructor of an object and release it in the destructor. It's pretty straightforward. However, the name includes initialization, which makes most people think it's more about constructors, when really, I would say it's more about destructors, making sure to write destructors that free memory or other resources properly, so the operating system, other processes are free to use them. RAII is crucial because it helps you manage resources effectively, especially when exceptions get thrown. If an exception gets thrown and you exit from a function before freeing the resources associated with that function, you'll end up with issues like memory leaks and unclosed files and other stuff like that. So let's give a quick example about file IO. So you'll see in this code that we have a very simple function here where we open a file called example.txt. We check if the file is open, and if not, then we failed to open the file, so we return immediately. Otherwise, we input hello file into that file descriptor, and then we close the file. So let's make sure it works. We're going to compile this and run it, and you see that we get, as expected, example.txt with the contents. Now, you actually don't even need to close the file here. This is great because what if an exception gets thrown when we open the file, or we have intermediate code here like do stuff that can throw, and what if this throws and we leave the function but we had to close the file? Without RAII, we would not be freeing resources properly, but luckily we don't even need the file.close method here. We can just erase it and the file will close automatically when the file object, OFStream object, goes out of scope. So if we leave the function normally, or if we leave the function because of an exception, we've got it under control. Just to prove this, I'm going to compile it again and run it, and we see that we have the example as expected. So that's RAII in a nutshell, at least when it comes to file I/O. You probably use it without even noticing it plenty of times when you're writing C++ code, so hopefully this video gives you some intuition to look for more examples of RAII when you're writing modern C++. All right, catch you in the next video.